really shown balance, discipline, some tenacity. All things that we obviously want to embody and embrace as a solid poker player. As Hoffmanner this time says, no, I saw what you did to my fours. Threes aren't going to cut it. Now those fours have been passed to the left. As Samavati, again being teased by the deck. That has been a theme.
Yeah.
Very much a here kitty kitty sort of relationship developing. On this occasion, he will nibble. He's a flat caller.
I feel like this is just another example of what we talked about earlier, where maybe set mining / board mining, navigating this shallow is just too difficult. Hands such as fours, just so hard to realize your equity unless you hit a set, and that's just not going to happen very often.
No, 1-4 went into the bin, but the case 4 now reveals itself, and the delightful reality is that it's a set of fours that are going to find action. As who flops top pair, and again, we see him taking the unexpected line, checking.
Yeah, I think it services you well in general to have some reasonable checkbacks here, so reasonably strong checkbacks in this spot. You're going to want to not weaken your checking range by it just always being give ups or check calls that aren't a queen X. Queen 6-4 doesn't really favor you as the under the gun +1 opener as much as it might the cutoff flatter. So putting a hand such as Queen 10 into that range is kind of nice. It sort of does a bit of pot control against the hands that are beating you and just offers that little bit of rope to the 7s through 9s that might take a stab now.
Now remember, a pot to go. We flop a set, we check raise. This time he flops. I flop a flush draw and check raise.
Yeah.
Right? And this time he approaches things differently with a stronger holding. Check calling. And now drawing dead. Checking once more, 880 in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if who's going to find a fold on turn or river here. I feel like he will find it in one of those spots unless he hits a queen or 10. And I think that's going to make a point about this set mine with fours, is that if you can't stack your opponent when he flops top pair, then long term, how profitable is a play like this going to be? Now, in this instance, obviously, it's so lovely when you are sitting there with bottom set, unblocking all the big, pair combinations that are out there.
Worthy of note that a quarter pot sizing here on the turn, if it gets called, does set Samavati up for an SPR of 1 on the river. Full pot size bet. Could go north of that, obviously. 1/3, 1/2, and then make it a bit more tempting on the end in terms of the price being laid to who. We have to imagine would continue to anything in that range.
Yeah, I would assume something more in the region of half pot, then he can do 2/3 pot. Is that right? But he's actually gone a little bigger. And
is it maybe too big? As we do need to question what Samavati, whose table image has been snug,
460.
flat called us with, and now has barreled at us twice.
I made a prediction a moment ago that who was going to find a fold here on turn or river. Versus this sizing, it might well be turn.
Well, it doesn't appear to be the case, though. As he does gather up the necessary tokens to pay admission for a river.
Samavati has just never really gotten out of line here.
Oh.
Wow. Well,
payday.
Yeah, you can scratch off all of what I was going to say.
And that's courtesy of the fact that top two arrive on this river in a 2 million chip pot. It's going to prove to be a costly one. Just north of 0.5 SPR for Samavati here. Maybe who comes with the bet? One could understand it.
Yeah, he'll be weighing up how often is it value versus hands that are looking to get to showdown.
Yeah.
Like maybe a queen jack is going to snap check back, wants to charge that hand.
And note, this is a bit disgusting now for Samavati, David, as the diamonds are very much in our face.
They are, but this is too much hand. Too much kit, as you'd like to say. You don't love it.
Shades of Pasquale Vinci with the set of kings late last night. A fold that nearly sent me to the local hospital.
Oh, look, I understand Zamavati's pain here, but also you need to just look back on this hand. Okay, maybe he's played it a bit like queens, but if you're going to play pocket fours pre-flop in this spot, you can't be afraid to get all the money in.
42 left, 567 up top.
A lot.
Like maybe, just maybe, he flats ace queen as well. So ace queen, king queen.
With maybe the ace of diamonds for a little bit of leverage.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, don't do it, Samavati. Don't do it. 9 of diamonds. Queen, jack of diamonds. Ace 6 of diamonds. Not that many. 7, 8 of diamonds, not a thing. No!
Oh, such a
دستشو انداخت دور دیوید دستشو انداخت دور 3 تا 4 داشت. I promised you I would do it.
big bluff. He fold the set 6. Set 4, set 6.